Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my channel, Talisha Tarot. Okay, I got a phone call during my last live and that cut off my sound, I guess. People were saying that they couldn't hear me. So I'm back. I just wanted to share a couple things. One being that the AI technology is getting increased, and I just saw a video about them using brain cells with a little like computer and a simulator thing, and you can use this brain to think things for you, and it was this experiment or something. And then another thing is that I heard recently that Baba Vanga predicted that Barack Obama was going to be the last president. So then what is Trump? And then some more information that came through yesterday was these tsunamis that are hitting in the floods. And then we had a bunch of rain here in BC, and a lot of the land absorbed it though. And there wasn't as much flooding as we thought would be here, but we're prepared for it. And then the quakes, I've been getting educated about in the case of an earthquake. I think that the Baba Vanga predicted there's going to be the Great Shake, the Great Shakes. So I think that's where the tectonic plates are going to shift. And there's one thing about this Pacific coast. There's been a buildup of pressure, and so the next shift that's going to come might be for a 9.0 magnitude earthquake. So being prepared for that. I remember having a dream about 4 years ago, and there was military everywhere and the land had shifted, and certain roads weren't roads anymore, and we had to figure out a way. A lot of people owned Jeeps. We're the only people that were able to get through on the road, or bikes. A lot of people drove motorcycles at that point in that dream, but having military monitor our every move. So there is war that's going on all over the world, Israel and Ukraine and Russia, and there's just some things that I don't know, but I feel we need, like, the feeling is sorrow, pain, fear, and helplessness. However, all of these feelings are driving forces for warriors, because no longer do you feel like you've chosen this to be on this path of destruction. Instead, God is placing you there for a reason. You might be a light, you might be helpful to people too, and that's also why I'm here, is to show up and show my support to all of our people, and to just let you know that you're not alone out there in the world thinking these things, believing these things, because I'm out here watching these videos and finding the information, and I don't know if any of it's true, other than I know what I feel inside. And you can't deny feelings. Feelings can't be things that you feel. Nobody can tell you you're not feeling them. So another thing is the consciousness is like, now, because I choose to live in spirit, like most of the time I'm in the 5D. I'm very rarely like paying attention to my 3D unless I'm needing to use it to do stuff in the 5D to get through these. And I'm noticing that there's a lot other people who are doing that as well, who are living in the 5D and only accessing the 3D, the physical realm, to care for their vessel or care for the people and connect with other people. But then, you're connecting in the 5D with these people, and they're just manifesting in the 3D because of those thoughts. Anyways, some movies I got told to watch was like, or not told, but said they would be good. Eye Contact, The Secret, which I've already watched The Secret. arrival. Also something about Alexa knowing about some alien ships coming. Baba Vanga predicts all of this. If you are of Baba Vanga or of psychics or of predictions that could happen through feeling, then I suggest you search her up because she has a lot of predictions that have already come true. She's like 88% or 80% accurate. Like Trump, Barack Obama, 9/11, she predicted all of these things. The tsunami, she also predicted that there would be alien contact this year. So I guess just confirming that. Anyways, I'm like, do I even have any cards in here? I don't know. I might have some cards. The Divine Energy Oracle. Let's see, let go and enjoy. Okay, also I was feeling like with this like apocalypse or whatever energy of the world ending, I was like giddy. Choose friends wisely. I was like excited for it when I was feeling through the energy of what's gonna come. And it's going to be because it's fulfilling what we're destined to do as light workers on this earth, is because it's going to become such a dark place. So there's a lot of people who have been such lights, and you know, things that haven't fit, or it didn't feel right, or why I'm it's so weird, I gotta go to a 9-to-5 job, I don't feel like that's proper. And it's like things are gonna shift so much. You're gonna be needed, and you keeping faith and you keeping positive is gonna be needed. It's gonna be a big thing. That's why I think I was getting excited, is because it's like finally fulfilling our purposes when grieve your losses, when all of this is about to erupt. And I'm feeling, because of the dire need of our earth, because she is hurting. So that's one thing, is that I've always been connected to Mother Earth, profoundly connected. And when she's hurting, I'm hurting. And a lot of days I'm just hurt. You know, you just got to keep going and pushing through and trying to help. But it's been overwhelming for her, I think, since before even COVID. But all we're doing is causing shifts. We're causing her to ascend on her journey faster. It's not about us. Like, yes, we can be selfish and think that way, but this is Mother Earth's journey. We get to be a part of Mother Earth's journey. Isn't that wonderful? Like, if you get to take anything from this earth journey, is that you got to be a part of her great energy. Like, this isn't something that's just going to get snuffed out and the planet goes away. That knowledge and all of the soul lessons that were learned here stays in the universe forever. So every moment that we are here on Mother Earth, learning, feeling, transmuting energy, creating it, doesn't just disappear. It's in the universe for forever. So I'm so thankful to be here with Mother Earth and you guys. Admit your vulnerabilities. What are things that I am that make me more vulnerable? When I open up about my mom, or my son's dad, being a mother, being a sister, being a friend, being a daughter. Yeah, it's tying us back into being connected to each other. If we're all in a vulnerable state, like Earth is dying and we're all panicked and needing help, it actually brings us closer together. So what the media, what the higher up energies was trying to push apart, the universe is going to bring us all together somehow. Hello, nice to see you on my channel. It's Talisha. I'm here in BC. Except what is dying, and it was in the reverse. Oh my goodness. So there is this need for material thing for our clothes. One of the biggest thing for me, got beautiful eyes. Where you're from? Thank you. I've been told that my whole life. literally anywhere I go in this world, whenever I leave my house, I get stopped and I'm like, you have the most beautiful eyes. They are beautiful. God gave them to me. Yeah, literally even yesterday at the store, this lady I met for the first time was like, you have the most beautiful eyes. I've never seen them except what is dying. Money is dying. The concept of money. There's going to be losses that need to be grieved in regards to what is normal, what feels good. So one thing I've been doing is living life so like thankful. I hope you have a wonderful day too. Like satisfying the 3D needs, the skin, the flesh needs, but also like desires like fast food, and it tastes good and it's not good for you, but it doesn't even taste good half the time. But like fast food is all gonna like dissolve, and like our food, our groceries, our land that we grow things on, they aren't going to always be as healthy as they were. Even some foods I'm noticing have changed in taste, and like there's just certain things that have changed much so that we won't go back to them. And there is no going back to it until we collectively heal, until we accept this, accept that the world can't continue with all this plastic things. As I look at my mom's garden in the front of her yard, she's got like these butterflies and these like deer light things that are like little lantern glowy things, and like little stone houses and shells and stuff. Like, yeah, sure, shells and angels and sunflowers. And it's like these plastic sunflowers in your garden. And it's like none of these plastic things that we like, so many things, like even scissors, yes, they're like, they're practical, they're helpful, we need them to do things, but they're of plastic, they're of man-made things. All of this is being manufactured in a warehouse somewhere that is causing fossil fuels to be burned. Same with our vehicles, so many vehicles driving on the road. And yes, we have electric cars, but that doesn't change the fact that there are still non-electrical cars. And it doesn't just take one person to give up. Oh, I'm gonna stop showering for an hour, I'll only shower for 5 minutes. One person doing that across our whole planet isn't gonna change what we need to have. It's such a big scale. So what I feel is gonna happen, because I've been preaching this for my whole life about our earth needing us, and how all of the plastics that are being, all of the companies, like as I just look around, there's so many things that are created by people, right? Like so many things that we have put. Even I knew one guy who like, he had a business making the, what is it? The picture. The film on the back of a fish tank was his job. He's funding people, and these people are in a warehouse creating this, using these plastics, doing whatever. And then they have to drive it, the deliveries to the place, that's using fossil fuels. And then they have to, at the place, package it. All of the packaging. So much packaging. Oh, it makes me sick. Oh, so, like, and it's not just one person that can stop using all of the things on the planet and then it's just gonna fix. No, it's all of us. And because not all of us are choosing to do it collectively together, then we're all gonna be forced to do it. And it's going to be after the great shakes. Like, retreat and reflect on your truth. Okay, that's my sign to get out of here. Let go and enjoy. I just want to share with you a little bit of my mind, of the thoughts about how I think we're all crazy to continue to do the same thing and expect a different outcome. There has to be major shifts happen. And I know people who are leaders who are talking and coming together and grouping together and meeting and flying to meet, pay expensive hotel rooms to meet, hanging out and having these amazing views with all of this food just to meet about Mother Earth. All the packaging. I'm just thinking about all the packaging, the headphones, the water bottles. Like, and you can't undo just one organization. You have to undo them all. Also, all of the CEOs from 23andMe, I think there's like 150 of them, They stepped down during this P. Diddy information. You know why? Because DNA leaked. They've been hacked. So that's another thing is like, she predict massive hackers, a bunch of different hackers, all this stuff about AI and just multiple things. And we are seeing advancements in AI. Have you ever seen iRobot? Elon Musk making these robots has really got me like, what the have you not seen that movie? Why are you trying to make robots right now? I don't know who you are, or who you think you are, but that is not a good idea. Oh my gosh, I don't even. And then part of me is like, were we dreaming all of this up? Because there's another guy, what is his name? I want to call him Rashar, but I don't know. He is on that show, what is it? Squares for Acid or Acid for Squares? Yeah, Acid for Squares. It's a new YouTube channel I checked out. He's on there and he's explaining about the consciousness and about how we're all vibration, which is true. We are all energy. But he's saying how in the core of what we think, we can manifest things. And I'm thinking like, how many of us on this planet were watching movies at the same time to manifest certain things coming to light? Like, did they do that strategically? Obviously, right? But even if it was strategically planned to be catastrophic to humanity, it is vital to happen and occur for our Earth's ascension. You think about it. We go through ascension ourselves and things never look the same after. Well, her too. She's a living, breathing creature. She's big, and she can house all of our vessels, but that doesn't make her not living. She's living, and she's going through ascension too. Especially when we're in fall right now, and the trees are turning orange and they're shedding themselves. It's like each tree is on its own journey of shedding and ascension right now. You think about it, when you cut a tree open and in the middle is those rings, right? And they represent each year that tree has been alive. And you look at our fingerprints, right? We have those markings, as well as how we shed. Like no cell in your body is the same after 7 years. We each go through a 7-year shed. Something just happened. I gotta go. My phone's gonna die. YouTube brought you here? Aw, thanks YouTube. Thanks for showing up, Sue Man. I appreciate you being here with me. I'm just me, just being here. In my car. This is what I do most days. And no, I don't have running all the time, but it is cold, so it's running right now. And yeah, I should shut it off. I wonder if the mic is connected to my car though. I have a Hyundai Venue, a little 2022, I think. Little car that's supposedly good on gas, and it is. She doesn't like to speed too much, which I'm not a big fan of anyway, but by the way, like sometimes you go on, yes, ask me anything. What do you want to know? I'm just out here being broad. Trust the divine plan. Being broad in my topics and what I'm talking about. Just letting it flow. Because there's so many things that I wanted to share with you, and then I feel this like shy energy when I get on camera. I'm just like, oh, hi. Do I have friends? I have lots of friends, yeah. But I don't give them as much time as I should. I've all been busy in our adult lives and raising kids now, whereas my kid's grown. Like, he's 14. He's an old man. Just kidding. But they all have babies, so they're busy, very busy. People who have babies are busy. I've gone and visited them out in Alberta. One of them's, yeah, out in Alberta. A couple of them, actually. I just moved back to my hometown. This is my homeland. This is where I was born, here in Vancouver. I was born here in 1991. And I can make friends easily. I have lots of friends. I've noticed that most of the friends that I've connected and kept in contact with are ones that I've met during school. nursing school. I did 4 years in Bow Valley College out in Calgary. During that time, COVID hit, and I had done all of my theory, and I had done 3 practicums, and I only had my final practicum left and my written exam, my provincial written exam, so that I could be licensed. And COVID hit, and they shut down our clinical and told us that it was unsafe for us to be in the hospital. We were trained for this. This is something that I was being trained to deal with, and they kept us home for 6 months. After the 6 months, they let us go back, and it was only 2 weeks in, and then they pulled us again. And we were at home again for about another 3 months. These were lockdowns, right? And I was upset when they tried to put me back into the hospital to complete my program. 9 months later, I said, this is unfair to all of us learners. Like, we need a refresh course. I personally don't feel safe enough to handle our humans' health when I've been at home with craziness in the world. My whole life has shifted, and now you want me to remember and recall the things I learned 8 months ago. 8 months ago felt like 4 years ago to me at that time. So I was just like, what is going on? You cannot be seriously sending me into the hospital to care for people now. After 9 months of sitting at home, taking care of my own shit. Even some of the ladies that I'd gone to school with were like, shh, Talisha, shh, you're gonna finally finish. Just keep your head down, shush. You'll learn when you're in the field. Because we do. You learn a lot more when you're hands-on doing this. But at that time, I was just like, no, this isn't acceptable. Our humans require more. Like, this isn't okay. Fatalities are going to happen because of some of us not being trained. Like, I did school with these people, and not all of them I know have the brain capacity. If I didn't have the brain capacity to retain all of that information over the 9 months, there is no way, so I was just hurt. I sat with the board and talked about them, and they said they would give me a refresher course for free, me only. And it wasn't about just me. It was about our population. Having nurses enter the field that have been sitting at home doing nothing for 9 months and now have to recall their training and education from back then. I was just like, I didn't want to be a part of it. As well as the hospitals and the doctor's offices used to use autoclaving their instruments. Instead, they switched to all disposable. Sure, it's easy. Sure, it makes for saving time. But in those healthcare, because I worked in doctor's offices as well, in those healthcare things where you're in a doctor's office, there is definitely time to autoclave instruments daily. So to me, it was just laziness and at the sacrifice of earth. And then when they came out with the vaccine, okay, I am a highly trained medical professional, okay, at that point. And I had done my own research on all of the vaccines before receiving any single one of them, and I always had an adverse reaction to most. Well, this one, I wasn't taking the risk. They only had 18 months after? Are you kidding me? It took 40 years to distribute the polio vaccine to humans. 40 years. You know why? Because they needed to test the children after being vaccinated. They needed to see the effects on the children, the next generation that came after. So why would I sign up to be a guinea pig not knowing if I'm going to have more kids? And then, so that was it. That was the end of my career as a nurse. And they lifted it. There's multiple reasons why I chose not to be a nurse. Multiple. Spiritually, physically, and just, I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't come home after seeing people die and carrying that energy with me, and people hurting in the hospital, and you're not saving anyone. And what I realized is that we need more preventative measures. Why are they allowing us all to get sick when there are things that would stop us from getting to that point? It's because the pharmaceuticals make money. The pharmaceutical companies make money. How many times I would sit in that doctor's office, a pharmaceutical rep would come in, the rep, and they would bring us the most expensive just for us to sit and talk to them about their drug. So my doctor that I worked for would put it on a shelf and recommend it to his patients because that's where the money is. It all boils down, pharma boils down to witchcraft. Pharma is witchcraft. It comes from it's derived from a word a long time ago. I don't know. I was doing some Greek ancestry or anthropology. I don't know. There happened to be a disc in here about one of my son's uncles. He was doing a history lesson in Greece, and it was talking about all of the villains, like Medusa and what is dragon with the 2 heads or 3 heads, Hydra. Yeah, I was talking about all of these things, but it also touched base on certain languages, and there was a witchcraft portion. This witchcraft in our society is accepted. Believe it or not, it is accepted because it is not against the law to do witchcraft on anyone. So this shook and blew my mind. And literally, pharmacology is witchcraft. But it is causing negative... it's a balance. So I've learned to accept the balance of everything. Because back then I was very light, love and light, love and light, love and light, rainbows and cupcakes and rainbows and beautiful unicorns all over. No bad anywhere. I could see the bad, I could hear about the bad, but I just chose not to live in that reality. Whereas now, I have been slowly accepting these negative things, and it is a part of us. It is a part of who we are. We are all connected, and Mother Earth is nurturing us no matter what. She doesn't ask you for money so she can give you oxygen. She doesn't ask you for money so she can feed you today. She grew all of this food for you. She gives you the oxygen for free. So why is money being put on things that we need to survive? And that's the loss of money. Hi, my phone. Yes, medicines do save humans' lives. My phone died. Sorry about that. I don't even know if you can actually hear me if I'm back or what. But, like, insulin is necessary. But if you think about it, like, yes, knowledge is power. Yes, knowledge was sent to us from God. Are those souls sick that we're healing? Were they meant to die? And are they fulfilling a purpose in another life? That was one thing I was wondering about. Was if... because recently I went through this idea, this energy of every living soul has cells, right, that make it up, and in each of those cells is a God light. Yes, I believe in God. And so if in that cell has a light, a spark of God in that living cell, all cells, all living cells, plants, trees, animals, everything, humans, when our soul is completing its purpose, it is shining the brightest. Those cells each hold that God light. It's shining, it's so bright. As our souls need to go on to do another purpose in another life, that God light retreats from each cell very slowly. And that's why you see aging look like us turning gray or white. The light energy is leaving. So this light energy leaving, this God source energy, leaving each cell, accumulating, because it has a purpose in another life. It's got to stay on time for what it's destined to do in this next life. So it has to die. And so if witchcraft, pharma, if all of these things are keeping souls alive for longer than they need to, and they're not able to come back in the next life, then we're seeing advancements in the souls that finally do make it. Like, look at these babies. Look at how smart these babies are. Have you even watched any of the videos where these babies are like, they're like full-grown human beings, or they're talking, these children are talking, they're so advanced. It's because I believe these souls, we've been putting them on hold from transitioning into their next lives for too long, some of them. Like, some of our lifespans have become over 100 years old. Which is a beautiful thing. I'm happy about it. I'm not going to say I'm not happy about it. Like I said, everything in it is the balance of everything. It's not one thing without the other. We have to appreciate life. We have to appreciate our lives. Be thankful that you're just here today, just here with me today. You know, because today was a gift. It wasn't promised to nobody. God made sure you got up. And that's how I'm like, how do you not believe in God? How do you not believe in God if you are here today? Like, he made sure you rose. He made sure you're okay. You know, like, you didn't have to be here today. You could have been gone. Like, there's so many places in the world you could have been born to, families, people. God put you with that right one that will keep you here today. I love you so much. I hope you have the best day. I've been on here for half an hour now. I gotta go get ready. I have an audition at 2 p.m., which is in 4 hours, so I have lots of time. But just being honest and see through with you about what my plans are for the day. And also about your asking if I have any friends. I look at everybody I talk to on YouTube as my friend. There's my eyes in the sunlight. They're pretty, huh? Yesterday I was all staring at them like, what color are they really? Are they green? Are they blue? Are they brown? Ramana Maharshi. Another thing is that I've lost people. And I'm losing people still. We're all dying slowly. Some of us faster than others. And I'm telling you, they've made death seem like a horrible thing. But I'm telling you, when you die, if it's because of you dying, not because you're taking your life, but if it's when it's meant to be, I believe that it's a beautiful thing. It's like birth. It's interesting how this light is choosing to be on my face. I also like that two-face, you know, that I'm Gemini. Geminis have two sides to them, the light and the dark. But, yeah. I also am my own best friend. As much as I could never trust anyone else or know anyone else the way I know myself and trust myself. And God. God made me to be this way, who I am, and I must appreciate this, because I will never be this version of myself again. And same with you. Today, you are this way, because God made you this way. It is a blessing, and I'm thankful for you. And I hope you have the best day too. I hope you can appreciate what God has made. What God put on you, in you. He made you to be. That is a beautiful thing. You know, just be thankful to Him for that. And that gratitude actually will bring in more blessings. Another thing I was being guided also to share, which I haven't even done, and I mentioned this like a while back. It's midnight. It is 11:03 a.m. and the sun is shining. Which it wasn't yesterday so much. It was raining during this time, but now it is beautiful. And midnight means that me being in my house coat is matching. It fits in. 11:33 and it's 11:03 p.m. here, or a.m. Interesting. You're on this other side of the world, literally on the other side of the planet, with the time completely opposite of me. Everybody left to work. I quit my job like a month and a half ago, and I decided to take my time to do what makes me feel good, which is helping my family, the people I love, and my friends. And that's, like I said, I have friends in Alberta, so I drove out there and I visited with the babies, my friend's babies. She's got 2 daughters and I have a son, so having little girls is different. They're just tinier, you know, and sweet. And yeah, I guess when you're a female and you see a younger baby version of females, it's like, oh, even baby males are cute, but it's different connection when it's a woman and a woman, I guess. I don't know. Just like how dads are excited to have a boy or something. But these girls' souls making it here and choosing my friend really, to me, signifies that we aren't, we're still deserving. We're still deserving. All of us humans. We're so deserving, especially because children are blessings. Babies are blessings. So if people are still capable of having babies in this, ma'am, wish you spend more time with your kids and your husband. Well, my son is at school right now, and my son's dad passed away 11 years ago. And so that's also why I'm alone a lot. And I think because I have extra time to love and think about all of the ways I can give love. You find me here on YouTube. Yay! That's okay. Honestly, it's actually something I've been really struggling with, because I just, even yesterday, I'm like talking to God about it. Like, why? Why did you need him back so soon? I needed him more. My son needed him more. You know, and so it brings me through this feeling of just being thankful for any of the time that I was blessed to have him in my life to begin with. Because even he had a plan. Like I said, remember, the light comes from each cell and goes off to its next journey that it's signed up to do. And so he is, his soul. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to be. I think that also, it motivated me to become a better person and to truly look at healing myself, because my son, I am my son's role model. One thing of information, if I could share with you, is that your children aren't going to do what you tell them to do. They're going to do what you do. So if you show up in the world taking care of yourself, loving yourself, that's what your child's going to grow up looking at, is something that they need to do, or they know how to do. You've shown them. Returning home to where I was born was something that's living true to my roots. And I think with his dad passing away, I coddled him a lot and I babied him too much, and I just loved him so much. Like helicopter mom did a little bit, that too hard. And it hit me like a brick wall when he was 10 and still unable to open certain packaging on like a Gatorade bottle by himself. He was too used to having me do things for him and baby him. So I don't even want to admit this on my YouTube channel, but here we go. I actually am sharing custody of him with his grandparents on his dad's side, but also because I cannot give him his dad. I cannot say, here you go, here's your father and how he behaves and who he is as a person. No, I can't do that. I can give you the two people who created him. I can let you be a part of their lives. And so that's where my son is, actually. He's at school, but he's not with me full time right now. And so that's also why I have a lot of time, because I'm used to being a full-time mother, a helicopter mom to boot, to not having my kid around and just having to take care of myself. Only me. And holy. Hi, Avery. It's nice to see you. Good morning. I'm just out here talking about God and Earth and AI and vaccines and my life. He is always with me. And that is another thing, is learning to live with the love of our loved ones with us. Well, thank you. I'm not really sick. I mean, I'm depressed, a little bit sad, missing people that we don't get to keep. But I think we're all grieving. I don't think I'm the only one who's lost anybody. I'm pretty sure we've all lost someone. Anyways, I send you guys all love back, all of the love. And I can't wait for the day that I get to die because of him being there. I know he's going to be so happy to see me. And I'm going to be so happy to see him when I get there. But I don't think we get to see each other. Maybe we do. I think we're just energy, right? Our energies just unite. And just like now, why can't our energies just unite? And that's why it's a human lesson. Is because there's things that our flesh can do that our souls don't get to do. And so we have to be thankful for this time to enjoy the fleshly things, but not with harming anyone. That's the one thing. Within good intentions, please, people. Please have good intentions when you do anything of the flesh. That's something in one of my previous posts I wrote out. I read out of the Bible. Actually, I put a marker in here, so I should be able to find it fairly easily. I think this is it. No, I have a lot of markers in this Bible. I do read it a lot. Certain things that just I don't want to lose, and then there's so many of them that I end up losing them. Is that it? No. I have Psalms 1112 marked off. But what was that? That thing that I found was right here, I think. Yeah, October 22nd at 11. I'm trying to hold the phone because I have a charger cord. Oh, and it's 11:11. We get to pray. We get to pray together. So every day at 11:11, I pray. Thank you, God, for blessing us with this day. Thank you for the air that fills my lungs and delivers all of the oxygen to all of my body. Thank you for the people on my YouTube channel watching me right now. Thank you for protecting them today. Thank you for helping guide their steps today. Thank you for connecting us in this earth. Thank you for protecting all of the mothers, all of the fathers, and all of the children. Thank you for making sure all the children feel loved today. Surround all of them, all of our humans on this planet with love. Fill their hearts with love. Thank you. Thank you for hearing my prayers, Jesus. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for knowing my heart and knowing my intentions and making sure that people see me in a good way. They know that I am not here to harm anyone and I am only here to love. Thank you for allowing these people to find me that know this. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Wow. That lasted about 2 minutes. Normally it's only a minute, but I got extras here today helping. Okay, so back to this Bible. Talisha Lovekind. That's my full name. I did not mean to read that out loud, but it's on my sticky note thingy. Anyways, Gemini, Tarot, thank you, readings, for blessing me. I love you, God. I love you, Jesus. Yeah, you can ask me one more thing. It's Tuesday, October 22nd at 11:03 p.m. No way. No way. Remember when you said it was 11:33 p.m. where you are? This note I wrote at 11:03 and I said it was 11:03 a.m. my time. This note on October 22nd. Anyways, that's just one synchronicity. Let's read what I was reading that day. Because I'm telling you, it's relevant to where we are right now. Can I explain who you are? You are a light. You're a light here on this planet for other souls. If you're on the same vibration as me, no? So then, oh, who am I? Who am I? It's 2:14 where Avery is. So this was Romans 8:1, life in the Spirit. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Christ Jesus, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For the law of the Spirit of life in Christ Jesus hath made me free from the law of sin and death. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, God sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. So something is that I don't believe the Bible was written out properly. I think it was written to have influences of evil. But there are people like myself and other people who are able to pull the light from this book still. Like the commandments. Why is it thou shalt not kill? And instead, thou shalt only love. Because if someone goes against not killing, guess what the opposite of that is? If people wanted to be rebels, which we know what rebels are. We know what people who go against things are. There is a balance, right? What is the worst thing someone could do if it is to go against love? Not love somebody? Why would they? Like, this is another thing. Why is witchcraft not a law? The laws are wrong. Don't get me started on them. How they're brainwashing all of us. Okay, so anyways, I read the next, in this book, let me just show you here. So I read here at this spot, but now I wanted to jump right next to it and read right there. And it says, but if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it. Likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities. For we know not what we should pray for as we ought, but the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered. And he that searcheth the hearts knoweth what is the mind of the Spirit, because he maketh intercession for the saints according to the will of God. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose. For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. Okay, anyways. See, another thing is like, why is it him? For me, God, it wouldn't be a him. It wouldn't be a her. It wouldn't be in it. It's God. It's all. It's all things. It's him and her. It's them. It's us. It's we. Anyways, that's something I believe. You don't have to. That's why I believe in the Bible. Because of the humans have given it all our energy. You have doubts. Yeah. Everybody does. You should not believe just one thing. How else are you going to learn anything? If everybody believed this was the reality of things, we would not have what we have today. Look at Albert Einstein. We wouldn't have electricity. We wouldn't have lights if they believed that this is the way. we are meant to be in the dark and cold all the time. That is how it goes. No, people question things. You should question things. You shouldn't believe what you're told. I see your love. It's because of that's what we've become accustomed to. Look at fast food. We want things fast, faster internet, fasting. You want things handed to you. What was state of mind of Adam before eating the forbidden apple? Are you asking me? Or are you telling me? Do you want to know what I think about that whole situation? Because men have Adam's apples, right? Was it Eve? So, they have fed you these stories. It is up to you to believe them or not. And what do you feel? You have to connect back to what you're feeling with any information that's coming to you. And that's what they tried to break as well, right? That's what all of this media, all of this glamour, buying clothes, whatever you want to buy. This is not glamorous, I know, but still, like, if you're wearing something nice, maybe you're wearing something nice, I don't know. But it was all to disconnect us from our spirit. And see, I know of the light and of the darkness, and we need both. It's what you pay attention to. It's what you're choosing to feed your brain. That's up to you. I can't tell you what to think. I can't tell you what to feed your brain. I can only give you what I believe. You think it is explained in the Bible. Have you heard of Lilith? Have you heard of Adam's first wife? These are all stories, though. You know, in my culture, in the indigenous culture, we have stories too, right? Oh. And it's whether you believe these stories or not. You don't know of Lilith, Adam's first wife? She was disobedient and she wanted to do things herself the way that she wanted them. You should search up Lilith. So God created Eve of Adam's rib to behave, to be of him, to be the one that actually listens. Why do you think this story reflects in art? Why do you think there's divorce? Why do you think divorce was like illegal? And then the energy still ended up carrying through. It wasn't illegal, but it was like, maybe it was. Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure at one point it was. Women were not allowed to leave their husbands. But anyways, it evolved to now women can divorce and there can be a divorce, right? But it's now like women end up with all this money and all this. This is Lilith's story reflecting in our energy because they tried to hide it from us. That's another thing, is when the truth is trying to be covered up, God will put it in your face. God will make it act out in people's lives. Don't hide the truth. That isn't fair to us. And then there's people who do research or people who can get knowledge through other ways. Like myself, I can get knowledge of things happening. All these things that I explained happening, I felt these energies come through and I had to go confirm the stories I was being shared, like what energy was coming through, with other people who I knew who had the actual facts. And the stories I would tell them, they're like, oh, you're talking about this and this and this. And I was like, it actually happened? And they were like, yeah, it did. Here. And they showed me. So when that happens, when you have had a story or a belief or a feeling that this information you've received now might be true, and then it is confirmed to be true, now you know how to feel that and receive that energy. So pay attention to it. That's all I did. We all have this power. It's if you work on it or not. And of course they distract you. They try to distract you from working on it. Of course. You're holding me in your hand looking at your phone. I'm a distraction myself. However, that's also like the Bible, right? The good ones can use their distractions for the good of the people, of all of us. And another thing too is like, yes, it is Mother Earth has to go through her ascension, but did we have to make it go this fast? No. Did we have to harm other people in the making of it? No. No. This is another thing that why I think a lot of us are stepping up into the public eye, is because there's another way. It's a loving way. It's an accepting way. And it's hard work. It's hard to give up. It's hard to choose to fight for our earth and for our faith. And because of God, God made us. Why wouldn't you? You know, like, why wouldn't you? I don't know. Certain things that make sense to me don't always make sense to everybody else. And I love you so much. Thanks for spending this hour with me now, but I do have to go get ready. I love coffee and morning talk. Deep morning talk. I am a Gemini. Anyways, later. Maybe we'll do this again tomorrow. Like, if we make it. I hope we make it. Please don't get a life. Oh, don't go off live. Ma'am, just for argument's sake, I get the energy and manifest my desires, then what next? What is the purpose of this life? Yeah, I found myself sitting in that energy yesterday a little bit too. Like, what are we doing? You're just being. Just being. Can you handle that? Can you handle just being? Just being. That's it. There is no more to the answer. It's like we crave something so complex. We're like, no, we have to have like this over here, carry this to the y, and the x plus y equals ABC, and figure it out. No, it's so simple. You just be. Also, I think we're here to seed. We're here to plant and grow. Yeah. You think about how our earth is growing. You think about the spirits, all of them. They must grow too. This is how. Isn't that beautiful? We're just a little piece in a big, big puzzle. I love you so much. Thank you for joining me. You now are my friends, right? And I'll see you tomorrow maybe. Hopefully not at midnight. I'll try to get on like 10:30. Okay. Later, Suman. Later, Avery. Later, everybody else that joined me. And I appreciate you. Thank you.